As we move into the next phase of the semester, our main objective is going to be building course units. This will be a collaborative project that you'll do in the groups that you signed up for during week 4. Now, there are several different parts to this course building project, and the end goal of this is to create course units that you will use to study in the course, that you will put together materials, you'll put together a reading list, you'll put together a Google Plus conversation and an introductory screencast to your units, so that and then we will deploy those in the course. We will use those to interact for the last part of the semester. So for the next roughly 3 weeks, you will be building the course modules, the course units. Now, this is a change from what we've done in the first 4 weeks of the semester, during which I have given you the content to read and to discuss and the activities you complete. So your focus is going to be on building the course yourself, on putting together the content, the materials, the activities. So there are several steps that you'll need to follow to do this. The first of which is that you'll need to get in touch with the members of your community. Now, that's an important thing. You need to know how to contact each other. Everyone needs to be able to participate so that you can collaborate effectively on this activity. Now, if you don't interact with each other, or you wait until the very end, this won't be as effective an activity. So you need to get in contact early, and you need to remain in contact. As I've said here, you can do this via email, text, phone call, Skype, Google Hangout, Google Plus, etc. I've also made a community in Google Plus. It looks something like this. You all should receive an invitation to this, and when you do, just accept it, and then you'll find your group designation over here on the categories sidebar, and begin interacting with your group that way. This is one way that you can interact with each other. Again, this is a private community. Only those invited can see it. So just remember that is there available for you. You also should have received an email from me that includes the email addresses of everyone who is in your group. So if you have not received that, please let me know. That's step 1 of the process. Step 2 is to read the chapter in Reading Culture that deals with your topic. Now, you'll need to be familiar with this material. It's up to you how you want to kind of spread this out, divvy this out across your group, because you will be creating an annotated bibliography for all of the essays in the chapter. So however you want to divvy that up, if you want this person to do this many annotated and the bibliography entries in the annotation for this many essays, this person to do this many, you divvy that up however you want. I'll leave that up to you. That's up to your group. Now, an annotated bibliography looks like this. It contains just entries, bibliographic entries, and then some information about how the annotation is information about, well, it basically just talks about the source, what it's about, gives a brief summary, its usefulness on the topic. So this is what your annotated bibliography should look like. As a group, you will create this in a Google Plus document. You can collaborate on that together. So however you choose to do that, the only thing I would ask is that you do it in Google Docs. It's an easy way to collaborate with each other, and that's also how you'll be submitting the course building portfolio. So it needs to be done collaboratively, and everything needs to be cited per MLA documentation guidelines, which you can find via this link. And I've also given you an example of how to cite an essay from Reading Culture. So that's step 2, is to do the reading and to build your annotated bibliography. This is the base. This is the material that you'll be discussing, well, the material upon which you'll build your course, or build your course unit, your course module. And then step 3 is that you'll need to collaboratively build a reading list from your chosen chapter. Now, this should include at least 3 essays, at least 1 visual essay, and at least 1 audio or video supplement. Now, these will be the materials that we'll read and watch during the time frame we will be discussing your topic. So like the reading list I've given, you'll be creating the reading list. I well, since two groups will be working on each topic, you'll need to get in contact with the other group that is working on the same topic and compare your reading list just to be sure that you haven't included the same readings, because that would be kind of overkill there for reading the same thing every week. So just be sure that none of your readings overlap, that you are creating different enough reading lists to make it worthwhile for the class as we pursue each of the topics, each of the chapters in both units that we'll be discussing, if that makes sense. And then once your reading list is complete, you'll need to collaboratively compose a reading list rationale. Now this rationale should be at least 400 words long. It should explain why your group chose to include the texts listed on your reading list. So it should be basically a justification for the readings, how you intend them to fit into your discussion of the topic, how they relate to the things we'll be discussing during your unit. That makes sense. Step 4 is that you will need to compose a discussion prompt to be used for opening a Google Plus conversation. I've done these each week, and you will need to follow suit and create your own Google Plus conversation that relates specifically to the readings for the unit and that encourages the class to think more deeply about those readings and their potential applications. Again, you can find examples for those each week that I've posted the Google Plus conversations. Step 5 is you'll need to create a unit introduction screencast. By this point in the semester, you've had the opportunity to create 2 different screencasts, one for your Google Plus profile review, another for your My Digital Story. So you should be pros at creating screencasts by now. But this should be between 4 to 5 minutes long, and it should give an introduction to the topic. And I don't want you to just go through your reading list. I don't want you to just read through your reading list rationale. I want you to really kind of give an introduction to your topic. What is it? Why is it important? Why are we studying it? How does it relate to the course? Different things like that. So just keep that in mind. If you need to refer back to the objectives of the course when you do that, you're welcome to do that however way you want, but just kind of make it an engaging screencast, something that can provide an introduction to the unit for the rest of your classmates. Step 6 is that you'll need to sign up on for the 5-day period during which you will lead the course discussion. It looks like this. You'll just put your group name here. Make sure you designate it. If you are Group A or Group B, make sure you include that designation. And that's step 6. Then step 7 is that you'll need to create a folder in Google Drive that contains all of the content from your course building portfolio. So everything that you've put together from this, including your annotated bibliography, your reading list rationale, your Google Plus conversation prompt, your unit introduction screencast. All of those things need to be included in this folder that I would like you to then share with me so I can review your content and make suggestions if need be, and then add that content to the course website so that we can begin studying your unit come the first week of our connecting unit in the course, which is the last course unit. So that's a basic rundown of the course building portfolio, everything that you'll be putting together. You'll kind of learn what it takes to put together a course unit, to create engaging activities for your peers. And I think it's going to be kind of a fun collaborative experience for you. So if you have questions about anything in this assignment, please do feel free to let me know.